Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and today we're gonna do some art. So yeah, art is one of the things that I like to do in my free time. You may remember this image on the screen, which is what I did for April Fool's Day. We did Merfolk in Paint, which I thought it turned out pretty well for something I did in MS Paint. I didn't actually have any expectation that it was gonna look even reasonably okay, but I don't know, I thought it was funny, and there's playmats of it now if you want it. And then it also inspired me to do this one, which was the Luchador of Atlantis. Did the merfolk jumping off of Urza's tower, elbow dropping an Eldrazi. It's like Billy the Fridge's Cardboard Crack song, which I thought this was great. And after I did this one, I had an idea to do another one that was based on a merfolk, and I figured since I did one for Lord of Atlantis, I should do one for Master of the Pearl Trident. So yeah, let's get rid of that guy. Here we go. So this is the one. I have shown people a few previews of this, but I haven't worked on it in a little while. But yeah, this is the piece. I call this one the Slayer of Atlantis. So it is a Doom-themed piece where, let me zoom in on this a little bit. This is the Master of the Pearl Trident wielding the Crucible, except it's not a sword, it's a Crucible Trident. And the hilarious thing about this is the text that's actually on here, since the Crucible has like runes and stuff on it, I actually translated the text of the Master of the Pearl Trident card into Hebrew and put it on here, so you can actually see here, like here's like the, it says like other merfolk get +1/+1, and gives them Island Walk. Yeah, I thought this was pretty fun. So you can see I put a fair bit of work into this already. It's not quite where I want it to be yet. There's still a few more things I think I need to do with it, but that's what we're going to be working on today. So art is one of the things that I love doing. That's, it can be Magic the Gathering related, but we don't have to be playing the game the whole time. There's other parts to enjoy. Art doesn't even have to be about Magic. I just thought this was fun because I love Doom and I love Merfolk, so I figured why not combine both of them. So with that in mind, when I do this, I also usually listen to some music while I do it. So I have a playlist put together specifically for this, so I don't know how that might affect this video. I'm not monetizing this at all. I have no expectation of that. But we're going to play through this list anyway, just because it will put me in the mood to do this, and hopefully it will, it'll be thematic to what we're doing, because this is how I get inspired to do this. So yeah, we'll be doing this for a while, and then next week we're going to actually play more Magic again. I know everybody wants to see it, but this week was nice to have a break from that, so let's enjoy the remainder of our break while we can, and let's do this. And when this is done, this art will also end up getting submitted, and you can buy playmats of this one too if you want. And of course, as always, links will be in the description for everything, including this playlist that I put together, which is public and anybody can listen to it. Oh, hold on a second. Do not need that air conditioner in the background. Alright, so here we go.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him the Doom Slayer.
I need a darker color than this. So where is my... Not want it like that. It's way too big. Still too. I want it to look like there's more skulls in the background, that it's sitting on top of a pile here. Good. When we zoom out, this will look pretty good, I think. Doom Eternal, by the way, is fucking awesome, and it has one of the best soundtracks of any game ever. And I mean, even original Doom already had, like, fucking amazing music in it, so... Oh, well, that's too much. Good brush. That looks much better already. I am not an expert at this by any means, and there might be better ways to do some of the things I'm accomplishing, but this is what I enjoy doing, so that's why we do it like this. Make sure this one sort of retains its skull shape. Like, a lot of these details are not super visible when you see it printed on the playmat either, but I want the digital copy to look nice too. That's okay. There we go. Let's zoom out and see. Should look a little bit better. Yeah, I like that much better now. See, now it looks like there's more in the pile. So next step. Oh yes, wrong layer. I want this color here. Here. Probably need to make this bigger. In the middle of this pile. I'm going to put, I want to put like a trident here with like blood dripping off of it. The trident should be pretty long, you know. That looks pretty good. It's about sized correctly, I think. See, the Slayer gets a really cool weapon, but this is like an old weapon. But I want it to sort of match like the coral color of the armor. going to come to kind of a point here. Thicker there than I want, so we can do that. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Give it like a little bit of a fancy arrowhead kind of top to it. Gotta get it shaped right. There we go. Get it nice and slim down here. So smooth it in, so it won't stick out in the background on the edge. So it's like this thing was now buried in a pile of skulls, so like... maybe... a bit of a darker color here. Pick a nice, like... I wanna make sure that this actually looks nice and bloody red. Oops. Just change this opacity up. Part a little bit brighter. Make it look nice and evil. Stained. Oops, no, don't scroll. Beautiful. Amazing. Perfect. Oops. Wrong tool. Wrong one. Demonic stuff doesn't always have to make sense, it just has to look terrifying. You just look at it, just has to be something that you look at and you're like, I don't want any fucking part of that. Probably gonna go through this playlist at least twice, because I want to make some significant progress in this tonight. So my guess will be this will end up being about an hour long. Yeah, there we go. I feel like now it's starting to really come together. Really get that bleed on the edge here. Try to make it look like a little bit more faded towards the bottom and then in the middle, so it looks like the freshest blood is up towards the top where it stabbed something. So that's where it's dripping down from. Alright. I think I can do a little bit better than that, but like, that's a pretty good start, I think. Like, sometimes, yeah, you have to add, like, some details like this to make the pictures look interesting. Yeah, let's see here. There's a little bit splotchy in the bottom, so we're gonna just try to blend this a little bit better. Probably, yeah, it shouldn't be like super saturated in here. This would have been sitting for a while. I think that part's pretty good. I think we can do a little bit better in the middle and definitely on the edge too. Add a little bit more color to this. Just a little bit. It'll make it look like it's been like streaming down this thing. Just dripping, drip, drip, drip. we have to do a little bit better in the edge. Here, itchy. So, yeah, this slight upper edge especially needs to be, like, much better. So that's the primary impact, so, like, that should be... You know, there should be, like, no edge on the top that's dry. These headphones are just like, I don't know. I can never like get comfortable. Just I don't know. Every part of my body always like itches if I like stay still too long. Darker coloring to it. Might help if I use the paintbrush. I think we probably need to do the edges of these a little bit better too. That's fine, we can do this. Same thing on this side. The edge is where, like, the impact mostly is. The title of this piece, by the way, is They Only Fear You, with, like, the letter U for the color, so... That was what I had in mind when I started doing this. I think that looks a little bit better. Maybe I should, like, clean this up a little bit. Put a few more blood splatters, like, on this, too. But I like the way that this is turning out so far, for sure. Zoom in one more. Alright. Oops. Nope. Nope. We gotta reset our playlist. Alright.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetuity. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the umbral plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those
It
that
should be a
tasted
little
the
thicker
bite of his
towards the
sword
top.
named him the Doomslayer.
There we go. That looks good already, I think. I want it to look like it's like running down, but it hasn't quite like gotten to all the way down yet, so. Look at that. That's great. Oh, yes. Also, we can start working on this. We need to do a shadow for the Slayer. Because this is like a fiery portal in front of it, so it should be casting a shadow behind you. And there should probably be a shadow for this over here, too. So we need to pick, like, where's this? First, click on the right layer, get a blue. Yeah, you can see this is its own layer, and the text that's on the crucible is its own layer. Shadow should be pretty dark, but I want it to be like a dark blue color. Alright. Yeah, I didn't want to like call this complete and submit this yet because I just didn't feel like I was done with it, and I wasn't sure why. But it was just—it felt like it was missing something, so I figured eventually I would figure out what that is, and I think now I kind of have an idea. Yeah, that's too dark. Let's start like this. Let's see. I guess it would probably be like directly, right? Like this way. Where like the middle is the darkest part. Hopefully I do this right. I am not good with like shadows or anything like that. Usually like these shadows are kind of elongated, so the thing is we also probably don't, it only needs to go out as far as where this rock is. Because that's where it's gonna stop at. have to be like too picky with this. I don't want to move this down a little bit, so yeah, you know what? I don't like this here. That should be a good start. Alright. Let's fill this in a little bit more. Go in for a darker color, thicker, or I mean, yeah. I mean, there's usually a lot of, when there's a lot of Hellfire around, like, it's not too dark. And I want to make sure that it's dark enough that you can see, like, and it's casting quite a long shadow onto this, like, rock formation here. This music is fucking awesome. The entire Doom soundtrack is, but also, like, the people who cover it are just, like, insanely talented, too. And when you mix those two things together, you get, like, some of the best music you can imagine. A good song plus a good cover artist, like, fantastic. Let's change this back. I want this. Oops. Let's go 45. That should be fine. There we go. Now it's starting to get there. Not. That's way too far. Alright. I can start blending this a little bit better. Up by his feet. There we go. See? Looks. Maybe I should make, like, maybe this should be a little bit deeper. It's like part of the shadow would actually be where it's hitting the camera too. think maybe because there's a little bit of a difference here, like this should actually be further back, so I'm gonna adjust it. So far, I think this is looking kind of the way I want it. I'm gonna have to probably change this color a little bit. Yeah. Because it should be like this, actually. Okay. This is actually stone here. Or rock, I guess. Is there a difference between, like, rock and stone? See, when I say stone, it makes me think, like, somebody built it, and... I don't know. I guess, like... I don't think it's the kind of thing that would just be built. I think it's probably more likely the sort of thing that, like, existed there already, and demons just kind of, like, took hold. Does that look better? I think that's better. This wouldn't actually really cast that much of a shadow because they're like this thing might be like kinda in front of us enough that it's not getting as much direct light. You might not need to really worry about this too much. But I mean, the Slayer's standing right there, so you kinda have to address it with that. I mean, this thing might have, like, something. I could just make, maybe how would it work here? Like it's almost like a straight line, so, like, you could just make, like, a darker streak of stone there. Make it look like there's less light hitting it. Excuse me. Alright. First things first, let's turn this back down. I wanted to zoom out a little bit for this. Say, probably out to like about, I don't know, let's say out to about here. Yeah, if we're gonna do this, we may as well do it good. I guess the longer I make this, the more believable that becomes. So actually it might make sense to do something like this. Actually, before anything terrible happens, let's save. So I like what we've done so far. This has been really good. Let's put a streak that's like really dark in the middle here. Take this to just barely darker than that and do the edge of it like this. This is going to be so awesome when I finally have it in front of me. I can't wait. And I hope that you guys actually will get one of these too, because I think this is going to be really cool. Anybody who's a fan of like Doom and Magic should like really like this, I hope. Oops, no, you need to stay over there. Go even bigger. The bigger it is, the smudgier it'll get. The easier this will be. Ah, damn it. I'm right on the edge of this, so, like, if I let go and grab it there. Ugh. That looks much better already. See? Now this thing is, like, casting its own shadow. Yes, probably this one should, too. See, like, this one's on the edge, so most of the light is, like, coming in this direction towards it. I mean, it would be a little bit darker everywhere else, too, but since most of the light is in this direction, I think the darkest would be over here. Whereas... oh, that's way too far out. That's way too far in. Most of the light is here, so like this one should probably be going this direction, would be like the darkest for it. Yeah, I guess I should do that. I guess I probably can make this area over here a little bit darker too. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Oh my god, I can't believe it's been over an hour already. Like, the time has been flying for me while I'm doing this, which is just fantastic. But I can't spend too much longer tonight doing this. I do have stuff that I'm doing. Yeah, Hannibal and Monty's show is coming on in a little bit. So I'm doing this on Wednesday. Itchy, itchy, itchy. That's reasonably nice. Might have to lighten this up a little bit. Because, like, this is a lot closer to where the light is, but over here it should be a little bit darker because it's further away. Maybe just, like, a little bit more like this. Yeah, that's better. And I like how, like, even the shadow's, like, textured here now. I want this needs to curve, like, a little bit. Here. Probably the same color. See, like, I don't know if shadows would be something I would have thought of, like, much before, but every time I do art, I learn a little bit. I don't know, maybe I figure out a little bit more. Learning is a strong word. I don't want to imply that I'm, like, good at it, because this is just something I do as a hobby, not, like, as a profession. I don't pretend to be, like, a real artist. But it makes me happy when I do it. I feel like I can do it at least well enough to, you know, not be totally disgusted when I see it. Alright, start this, but we're probably close to the end here. That looks pretty good. I'm reasonably happy with this. I'm wondering if maybe I should lighten this one up a little bit. Maybe, like, I didn't do these that dark, so it could be appropriate to, like, make these a bit lighter. I want it to be the darkest one because I want it to be the one that stands out the most. I mean, it's the fucking Slayer. It should be the thing that stands out the most. But I think we can accomplish that while making it fit in with the rest of these a little bit better too. That's probably good. Alright, now... Okay, this color... Get some of this color. Some of this. Alright, there we go. This should be good. That looks better already. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that sound is actually, I believe, from Doom 2, the original. It's from the Icon of Sin. It's like, it has to do with John Romero, who's one of the creators of the game, if I recall correctly. It's a voice track that was recorded speaking backwards, and it's like, to defeat the Icon of Sin, you must strike the head of John Romero or something. Because that's actually what the hitbox was for it. Just one of those neat little trivia things. There we go. I think here I just want to make from right about like here onwards, because like you can see this is about where the light stops hitting it, so from here I want to make the stone a little bit darker, so I should have a few minutes to do that still. That way you can kind of get a sense that like the light's not hitting here as much. little bit, a touch of a little bit more. So that way when I mix it, it'll look nicer. Alright. Wait. We're doing a bigger area now, so let's go. Well, that's not. It's too many zeros. Alright. That's better. Yeah, that's great. That's like exactly the look I wanted. Time flies when you are having fun. I've been looking for a reason to finish this for a while, and this was great. I love this. I know not everybody may watch all the way through here, but it's okay. I'll post the finished piece on Twitter when it's done. Well, I mean, you'll see it when it's like finally up for sale too. Obviously, I'll mention it. That's something I also can't wait for. Clean up the ceiling a little bit. I think I did pretty good with this. I would call this a success. Is it my best work? I don't know if I would say that, but am I proud of it? I would say yes. I am very pleased with this. And you know what? I don't want to like focus on it too long. At some point you just have to like say, okay, I'm done with it. There we go. Yeah, I think this is fine. Maybe a little bit more over here. Don't ever, like... It's easy to get caught in this trap of you need to have something be perfect in order to say that you're done with it. But perfect is the enemy of good. Or great, or whatever. I don't know. I think this looks great the way it is now. I think the trident definitely helped. Originally, I didn't have this, like, skull pile here, but I think this actually adds a lot. If I'm just gonna do anything, maybe I could, like, put some more detail into these. It might not be too bad to do that. I mean, it'd be pretty simple. First of all, I have to make this brush a lot smaller though. This is a small detail, I think, that will just add a little bit more life to this. Ironically, which their skull, so it can't really add more life. But I think it'll increase. It'll help. You can see, like, just some of them at least, like... Yeah, I think that looks better like that. Much better. I think I'm happy with this. I think this is where I'm gonna leave this. There isn't anything else that looks like glaringly wrong to me, so... This looks like a good spot to leave it, I believe. So, yeah. So we did an art, everybody. This is what art is. It's a masterpiece, in my opinion. I don't know. I love everything about this, and I think I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna submit this and we'll have playmats for it. The Slayer of the Pearl Trident. They only fear you. Or I should say they only fear blue. Absolutely wonderful. With the Crucible Trident, it's just perfect. So, well, alright, we're done with this for now. So, well, everybody, this is what we work towards. So, I already had a lot of this done, and I had put a lot of work into this. But I think, you know, cleaning up we added the skull pile, or I guess we cleaned this up a little bit. Added a trident. We added the blood splatter in here. We even like detailed the skulls a little bit. Yeah, and adding these shadows I think really helped a lot too. So yeah, well, we put in a fair amount of work, but I think overall the end result like this is fantastic. I am very happy with this. And I hope you guys like it too, because like I said, I'll do my best to make this available whenever possible. I know there's not a ton of paper play at the moment, but if there is, well, I definitely want to be able to use this as my playmat. I like this one even more than the jumping off of Urza's Tower one, the Luchador of Atlantis. So, I don't know, maybe I'll have to do more Merfolk parody mats like that. So, we have one for Lord of Atlantis and Master of the Pearl Trident. Maybe we'll have to do one for like Mera Reedry or Coralhelm Commander or something at some point. So, I don't know. We'll see. If I have ideas for stuff, then I'll definitely give it a go. But I thought this was hugely successful. So I will see you guys next week. We'll play some more Magic. And hopefully you've been entertained this week by doing things that aren't Magic, right? That's the whole point of this week. We went an entire week without having to play Magic. There's tons of other things that we can do. Some of them even slightly Magic related. But we don't need Magic in order to have fun. Look, I just lost an hour and a half of my life doing this, and I enjoyed every second of it, and it just flew by. So, yeah, absolutely, this was fantastic, in my opinion. It's been a while since I've actually, like, done something with a smile on my face, you know, that has to do with Magic. I noticed I wasn't worried once about, like, you know, broken cards or, you know, stupid reprints or, you know, predatory selling practices. Nope, none of that mattered here. We just were able to focus on something that was fun and distracting from all the rest of the real life horror terrors that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So thanks everybody. I'll see you again next week, and take it easy. Make sure you give these videos a thumbs up, please, and I'll read your comments. So see ya.